Hey everybody, so in this video we're going to be talking all about energy, how to protect our energy, how to be aware of where our energy is being depleted, and how to bring more positive energy into our experience, because it's something we all want. It's a universal thing. We all want good energy, we all want good things brought into our experience. And a great quote that I want to share with you guys right now is from Nikola Tesla. And he said, to find the secrets of the universe, we have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So we are going to talk about energy mainly in this video, but over the next several weeks, I'm going to be talking about all three of those: energy, frequency, and vibration. So let's get to it. All right. So I'm going to bring in the whiteboard, which is something that I love to use. As a coach, it's like a really fun thing for me to be able to do. But today we're going to be just drawing a line down a piece of paper, okay? So you got this line, and then we're going to draw on this side an arrow pointing down, and on this side we're going to draw an arrow pointing up. Y'all like my artwork? There's more of that to come. Okay, so today we want to talk about things that are depleting our energy and things that are bringing us energy. And it's really important to become aware of where our energy is being sucked and drained and where it's being shot up. Okay, so you want to think about this when you think of terms of people too. So who lights up your life? Who really brings you positive energy? You know, hopefully if you're watching this video, you feel my energy and it's positive for you, so you can put me in the positive energy column. But let's say that there's some people in your life that are kind of bringing your energy down. Of course, you're not going to share that with them, but you might want to be aware of that. Where are they kind of falling on this spectrum? And maybe you even want to do that with people. Maybe you want to make it a spectrum. So you want to draw some lines, and maybe like this is like the lowest energy to like a higher energy. I don't know, I'm just going with this, okay? So this would be the highest energy, and then maybe they fall somewhere on this graph. But for the sake of this video, we are just gonna talk in more of an absolute way. So I'm gonna go back to the way this was drawn to begin with. You know, because I mean, there are times like when everybody's energy can be a little funky, and you know, we want to just be aware of it. So for the focus of this video, we're going to be talking about things that bring out the positive energy and things that deplete us, okay? So if you think about, you know, answering emails, maybe that's a draining task for you. So that's something you're going to want to do when your energy is up so it doesn't deplete you. And that's why sometimes checking emails in the morning is a really negative thing for us, right? Because we're just waking up, we're fresh, we're starting a new day, and if we open our email up right away, we just feel a little depleted, okay? So if you get a lot of emails, that might be in that column, okay? The news, that is something that depletes so many of us. I know for myself, I only peek at the news, and I recommend that for everybody watching out there. If you're feeling like the news kind of drains your energy because there's just like a lot of negative things that they put on there, and you know, they have the scroll bar with things that are just negative thing after negative thing, you know? They're not putting like wonderful things that are happening in the world on that scroll bar. They're just kind of telling you what they think is going to keep you tied into watching more of that content. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep you watching the news. And it's not to say that all news is bad. I'm not in any way trying to, you know, belittle journalists and the news. I think it's very important to stay active, involved, engaged, and to know what's going on in the world, but not to let it consume you and drag your energy down, okay? So emails, news, you know, you could add a few people that are in your life. Maybe your boss kind of bums you out and brings your energy down. So when we're aware of what's depleting our energy, we can make sure that we put ourselves into a positive state before we come in contact with these things that maybe lower our vibration. So now we're gonna go to the things that energize us, okay? So for me, I'm super energized by working out, okay? And I know for a lot of people, that's gonna be like an annoying thing to hear, because for a lot of people, they don't really love working out. And I'll be honest with you, before I start working out, before I get through my workout, I'm not always super thrilled about it. I'm not always super pumped. But I push myself through it. And then afterwards, I feel a sense of accomplishment, and I feel really good after the workout, knowing that I've brought all this energy to me. You know, my mind is clear, like just good things are happening. So that brings me energy. I also will put coffee here. It's another controversial one. Some people think coffee, you know, spikes your energy and then drops you down. But for me, coffee brings my energy way up. So I'm gonna put that there. Nature really brings me energy. So I try to go on a walk every single day. I try to appreciate the trees, nature. I have plants all around me. You can't see them right now. I have a little one right there. But I have plants in my room because it just brings me a good vibe. And plants are just positive energy, right? They're life-giving. You know, they take the nutrients from the sun and the soil, and then, you know, we water them, and they just have a positive vibration. It's just a good thing to have around you, that nature, because you come from nature, right? We sometimes are in our boxes, right? We're in our rooms, we're in our at our workplace, and everything that we see is made by man, right? Except for when we pull in nature, when we have a nice view out the window. So we want to bring those elements in as much as possible, because it just raises our frequency, raises our vibration. And say you want to put some, like, your friends in here. Your friends bring you energy, and you want to be aware of who is really pumping you up, you know? You want to appreciate your friends that do that for you, that make you laugh, that make you smile, that stay up to date on what's going on in your life. You want to appreciate those folks. So this is what we want to be aware of. We want to be aware of what's bringing me up and what kind of brings me down a little bit, or takes me just a little bit down. Maybe it's not like you, like, you know, you're like not falling to the ground, but it's just some things that kind of pull you down a little bit. And as you're aware of it, do more of these things, more of this, less of this. And for a lot of people, you know, like, let's go through it. Emails, news, boss. Okay, so what we can do is we can limit our time on these things. So we can check our emails at certain times throughout the day, instead of like every time one comes through, we get an alert on our phone. We have the notifications, and we're constantly being bombarded with that, and hearing those noises that pull us out of maybe the work that we're doing. I know when I'm writing or coming up with content, hearing that ding, 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 that's very distracting, and it pulls me out of what I'm doing. And to be honest, a lot of the mail that we get, right, a lot of it's junk, it's spam, it's stuff that we don't really want to pay attention to anyway. So if we go through our mailbox, we can, you know, mark it as spam, or block some of those emails, or unsubscribe from some of those lists, because honestly, like, I get so many emails per day, and it's just not necessary. So we're gonna get rid of some of that, and we're just gonna check it a few times per day. All right, that's gonna make you feel a lot more at peace. Now, I know if you have a job where you have to check your email often, I understand that there's gonna be some situations where that's the case. But if you're not in that position, just peek on it every once in a while. Just peek a few times a day. Same with the news. We don't want to watch too much of the news, because honestly, it just lowers our frequency. Hearing all those negative things, you know, if the news was balanced, oh my gosh, like, if they actually took the proportion of good things happening in the world and positivity in the world, like, there would be such a little tiny fragment of negativity. But unfortunately, they take the negative, and it's like the massive stories of the day, and then there's very little well-being. You know, if you watch the news, be aware of that. Ask yourself, like, how many uplifting stories am I hearing? How many positive things am I hearing? You know, usually it's the weather that we kind of think of as the positive part of the news, or they'll put in like one highlight, or they'll show a clip of some cats or something. So we just want to be aware of that. Just limit your time on there. And then with your boss, let's say your boss is really difficult. Well, you can maybe limit your time, like interacting with your boss. Maybe you can set aside some time to just work on your projects, and then you can come back to your boss when you're finished with those tasks, so you don't have a boss that's like hovering over you all the time. There's ways that you can structure that, or you can ask for like a weekly meeting so you're not dealing with your boss all the time. Now, that's not to say that this is to get rid of all of these things. That's just to do less of it. And maybe like an anti-sign is maybe not the way to go, but it just is a visual reminder to just be like, less of this, more of this. So more working out, more nature, more friends, maybe a little more coffee. And I hope you guys find this helpful. Just take out a piece of paper, look at the things that are energizing you, and look at the things that are draining your energy. Because once you find those drains, those energy sucks, you know, you can fill your life with more of the stuff that's bringing that energy to you. And in order to protect your energy, you know, before you have to go into a difficult situation, ground yourself, take a few deep breaths, you know. If you're coming in contact with your boss or somebody that stresses you out, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's your roommate, what you want to do is you want to wish them well, because people can subconsciously feel when you are sending them good energy. We're all energy, so we all feel energy from other people, and we all are giving off energy that other people can feel. So if you are really honestly going into your heart space and breathing and just sending love and positivity to the people that you're going to meet that day, to the people you're going to see, the challenging people in your life, and the people you love too, if you're just sending that love ahead of you each day, you're going to see that your life transforms, and people are going to want to be in your presence. They're going to want to work with you. They're going to just like you. And anyway, I hope you guys can feel the energy that I have for everybody watching this video, and I hope you guys will click subscribe and give this a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys soon.